really wanted to improve instruction, we really needed to get to a set of expectations that were fewer in number, so that when you literally saw the standards for your class at that grade level, it wasn't like, wow, there's only 180 days of school, but 250 things on this list. Like, thanks a lot. But how is it really going to help focus? A set of standards that were clearer, which I find that to be a bit subjective. I often say that, like in New Jersey, we have our own language about how we talk about literacy and how we talk about math, so that you were reading how somebody else described these things. People would push back on whether or not that was in fact clear. But by clear, we mean that we don't have statements in these standards that say things like, explore concepts of fractions, because most standards had that before. Instead, it's very clear in describing what performance looks like, much more specific in describing that. And then the third thing, which is probably the most misunderstood concept of the standards, is that this is a set of standards that are higher. Notice I didn't say harder, I said higher. And what it in fact means to have a set of high standards, because besides education there are a lot of other industries that have standards, is that when you declare a standard, you in fact intend that standard to be met all the time by all the people in the system. So can you imagine buying an appliance and it said, this meets safety standards. And you think, well, some of the standards, most of the time. No, if it says it meets standards, it means it meets all the safety standards every time you use it. And that's what it in fact means to have a set of higher standards. So the way we can get to this concept of every student, all the standards, is by having a set of fewer and clearer standards.